It's come time to look at this amazing Bubba job of wiring up electric fans. So I guess I can see why they did it. It probably didn't cost them more than like $3. But anyway, so we have two relays, and I'm assuming these relays run the electric fans. They use like a mile of electrical tape. But this is how they got their grounds. They tapped into the ground on the alternator wire and just kind of looped it together with speaker wire. Isn't that exciting? So this is another ground that's in there. And then to get power to it, they did it one of two ways. They have this first one, which is to the power wire of the alternator. And then they have another wire that runs down into the inside of the car and is smashed up underneath a fuse. And that's how that's wired up. But they have four fuses and two relays to run two fans, which honestly I don't think they need. So to me it's just dangerous to have this kind of electrical stuff and not put together right and wrapped in electrical tape, etc., etc. So I'm gonna probably start to remove it. I'm gonna see what Doug wants to do about it first, but I think it needs to go because it's just not. I'm not a fan of, you see this under the hood, that looks like poop. And there's the wifey helping me on the car.
I don't want to be in the video.
Don't worry, you'll just be in the end. Most people won't see this far. Alright, so today, you want to hold up the harness that we're going to remove?
No, sit down. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Chopstick, did you do that? Alright, hold that up.
This one?
Yep. All that is getting taken out of the car today. So, as you saw in either an earlier video or earlier in this video, all of this runs the fans, and it's a joke. So it's going to get ripped out today. So we're going to start with removing the fuse box and then taking all the wires out from inside the car, and then we'll move down this way, get them all taken out. Chopstick, you're a dirty dog. Run around in the mud. Alright, so we started yanking this harness, and this was the only wire that went into the car, and it was wrapped around one of the fuses on the fuse box. That's how they got power to the fans. I'm not feeling that. Then we followed this labyrinth of wires and electrical tape to the alternator, and it looks like they have a ground wire here made of speaker wire. I want to point out the speaker wire. And then another one here, which when I unwrap will probably be speaker wire. And then here is, I believe, where they got power for the second fan. I just don't know. But that's to the main power to the back of the alternator, which should be battery power. And then the rest goes down to the fans like so. So, Jasmine, I want you to hold that up and show people from the end.
Like that?
Look at that. That's exciting.
Oh, it's going.
Is it recording?
I think so.
So we pulled all this out of the car, and what I have left there's two wires that go to each fan. There's a blue one and a black one. So we figured out using my handy dandy power supply that when we put 12 volts to the blue wire and then ground the black wire, we get one fan running. Okay. And so you can see on the power supply, the current's at almost 5, I guess that would be 5 amps. The controller is only supposed to run something that can go up to 25 amps, so the two together should be 10, so we should have plenty, and we only need one controller, so we should be good to go. The fan wiring install is done. Now, pretty sure you guys are going to be with me on this, that this harness looks much better than what it was. So basically we have the controller here, and then I added some loom out of a parts Corvette. It runs here, it goes down like that, and then it runs over across the radiator to the fans. Just like that. And so I have it zip tied up, and mostly it's the factory looming where it's attached. The only thing I haven't done yet is there's a wire that goes around here to the controller right here, and I haven't put a little loom in there just because I ran out of that, but I will. Alright, we're doing a couple little maintenance things on Doug 76. So his alternator was not charging, and it's an AC Delco rebuilt one, so that just shows you how old it really is. You got a brand new Napa one to put into it, and I was like, well, while we're in here, let's change your belts. So let me show you guys how to see if a belt is any good. So from the outside, this belt actually looks really nice. It's a Gates belt. It's a good quality belt, but the problem is if you flip it over and turn it inside out, look at that. Look at those cracks in between the teeth. And you can't really tell this without the belt off the car, because you know when it's on the car it's going to be like that. But that, to me, I mean, while we're here, spend the $30 and get new belts just like that. So we have new ones. We'll put those on. I also noticed that when I drove it last, power steering didn't work at all, and there's absolutely nothing in that pump. So that means we have a huge leak somewhere. Nobody filled it up. It's just going to be one of those troubleshooting things where fill it up, see if it works. If it works, see if it leaks, fix the leak. So it could be 4 things that leak, but we'll see. Cars like this are much more fun to drive with power steering. After running the car, you can see where the power steering was coming. I mean, the whole bottom half of this pump is just wet. So we are going to work on removing this pulley with my pump remover kit. Here's the kit that I have, and it's from like O'Reilly's, so we'll see how well it works. So here's the tool. Basically, it has these 2 half moon shaped pieces that attach to the pulley. This kind of keeps them together, but when you ratchet that in, the pulley comes out. So let me show you what I've been doing. So you can see on the back that it's slowly pulling off of there, and then soon it's probably just going to fall off all onto the floor. But that is the way you get these pulleys off. Boom. Alright, so there it is. It's just kind of press fitted on, and then you use this tool to get it back on. So you can see this shaft it moves a lot, and it's been leaking like crazy, so that pump is toast. Install is pretty much the opposite. There's a bolt that's about this long that goes into the shaft. And you have this part, which is, it's like basically a bearing that this nut goes against, and as you move the nut in, it moves the pulley in. And it shouldn't be hard to do. It should be pretty simple, and you should be able to see it move in and out. Alright, we got his power steering working. So I can take the steering wheel with 2 hands and turn it, or with 2 fingers and turn it. Obviously he has Mondo tires on his car. Yep, it's working with the new pump. There's the new pump right there. According to the engine's looking good. Alright, here we have Doug's car. About to go on test drive number 2. We'll see how it works this time with power steering and the radiator fans. Those exhaust tips will be changed in a little bit. We're still working on those. We're going to see if we can make it to the gas station today. Alright, first impressions. The car is much more enjoyable to drive with power steering. Transmission shifts in all 3 gears. I feel like it's a little hesitant. Might just be low on fluid. I know it does have a leak. The brakes feel good. The booster feels good. So we'll see if we can make it to the gas station without having to call the wife to come help me. I brought tools, and I didn't bring the jumper. The battery is charging, so we should be okay. I ran it back to the house because while it was running, it said 280, which is not 280. So I was like, oh no, we're getting hot. So it came out here, put it in park, sat it in my driveway. And while it's sitting here, you know, ride it on 200 degrees like it's supposed to run. Now, I don't know if these fans are hardcore enough to cool this motor, but you know, they're pulling hot air out, so we're just gonna have to see how it goes. Alright, we're back at about the same place we were. We're sitting right at 200. We have good oil pressure and we're charging, so I'm gonna try to make it to the gas station. It's about 7 miles, so we'll see how far we actually end up getting, but so far the gauge is acting a little bit better. On E, we did it. So the temperature gauge started working normal. I don't know. But we are at the gas station. Here we go, look. We're here at the gas station getting gas for the first time in a long time. I kind of feel bad I'm the first one to drive this car because Doug never drove it. But sorry for the noise. It's really loud. Big trucks going in and out. But we got $24, about 11 gallons of gas. So the key we're gonna see now, it will start. Let's see. Starts right up. Let's drive her home.